Just over a year ago, I went through a pretty traumatic experience in my life that changed me. My life goals, ever since I was little, was to be a mom, have a million kids, and be married. Over a year ago, my husband at the time told me I wasn't worth marrying. I wasn't worth staying married to, wasn't worth having kids with, and that he wanted somebody else, and he took off. At that moment, my life shattered. All my dreams, everything I wanted, was gone. There was a part of me that was completely dark. People who knew me as the outgoing, fun, dynamic person didn't recognize me. I lost many friends in the middle of my divorce. My family members, it was hard to depend on them because they couldn't understand what I was going through. My cousin finally introduced me to a lady who was very unconventional with her therapy. She had me lay down on a table, and she rubbed oils and massaged me while listening to music. She put an oil up to my nose, and I started crying, and instantly felt a release. That part of me that was angry and upset and hurt felt instantly gone. And though it took a couple sessions with her to be fun and outgoing again, I realized there was something to her methods that was quite unconventional. So what happened during that time? What was it about smelling something that triggered tears and complete emotion? Well, our senses are given to us to actually heal us. Many of us don't know that the touch, somebody's hug, a smile, seeing things, touching, smelling, all those help us heal. So, in that instance when she had me smell something, smell is the biggest influencer of our mood. It's because when we smell something, it goes up through our olfactory bulbs and straight to our amygdala, where our long-term and short-term memory is stored, and also our emotions. Have you ever had somebody walk by you that smelled really good, and you automatically thought of your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend? That was a good memory. Or maybe you smelled something and it reminded you of your grandma, and those memories came with that. It's because when we smell something, it directly goes to those memories. In my case, when I was smelling something, it took me back to a time before I had any of those negative beliefs about myself, to the time before I'd ever been hurt by a guy, that time when I knew I was worth something, when I knew I was amazing, and those negative beliefs, that fear I had, was gone. Recent studies have shown us that depression has been linked to childhood trauma and abuse. So going back, in my experience, I couldn't just deal with my divorce at hand. I had to go back and deal with all the times I'd been hurt by a guy and all the times I'd been disappointed in order to heal completely. And that's the problem with most nowadays, is that we don't go that far back. We deal with one problem as we see fit at the moment. From ages 6 months to 2.5 years is a crucial time for a child. That is where we learn our marital beliefs. That is where we learn expression, creativity, and when to voice our feelings and when to numb them. 2.5 to 4.5 years old is where we learn our self-esteem, our origin of fears. So imagine a traumatic experience happening during this time. It can alter your original blueprint dramatically. Your original blueprint is the person you were made to be before any trauma happened to you. With my experience, going back was about to the age of 15, right before I had my first boyfriend that broke my heart. I had to go back and face that fear and face that rejection before I could face my rejection of my ex-husband. Learning that oils and scents can trigger and help release negative beliefs that we have about ourselves and bring us back to our original blueprint is crucial. So what's your original blueprint? When was the last time you were truly happy? Before that divorce, before that abuse, before the kids came? When was it that you were truly happy, that you can remember who you really were? So if you come up with something today and it caused you depression or some type of a mood alteration, try to go back. Smell something that will help you trigger those memories before you were ever hurt. Go back. Find your original blueprint, because that's when you were perfect, and that's who you were made to be. Thank you. I start walking.